A sequestered jury will continue deliberating tomorrow for a former Fort Worth police officer's murder trial. The jury started deliberations late this morning. Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley. Aaron Dean is on trial for the 2019 shooting death of Tatiana Jefferson. In closing statements, his lawyers argued he felt he was in danger and acted in self-defense. Prosecutors say he created the conditions that led to the danger in the first place. Fox 4's Macy Jenkins live in Fort Worth. Macy.
Hi, Clarice. Well, the jury spent about 8 hours, nearly 8 hours, deliberating today before calling it a night. The jury is now being sequestered. Now, here is that 14-page document of the jury instructions. They were read extensively. They were read in court in their entirety, so the jury could really have the specific instructions on what to do and how to consider all the evidence. In it, the key phrase, did Dean intentionally or knowingly cause the death of Tatiana Jefferson? And another option for the jury, if they decide that the state has not proven beyond a reasonable doubt that murder charge, they could end up with a lesser charge of manslaughter.
Everybody in this community has waited for today, because today you say you can't create the danger and then claim self-defense.
Prosecutors Ashley Diener and Dale Smith make a final pitch to the jury, urging them to find former Fort Worth police officer Aaron Dean guilty of murder for the 2019 shooting death of Tatiana Jefferson.
He's the one that ended Tatiana Jefferson's life, and he's the reason that we are here. This is a matter of accountability.
On October 12, 2019, Dean and his partner, Officer Carol Darch, responded to a non-emergency open structure call at the Fort Worth home of Jefferson's mother after a neighbor reported 2 open doors in the middle of the night.
Because this jury needs to hear from me.
Dean testified Monday in his own defense, admitting he never announced himself as a police officer while checking the home's front door, perimeter, 2 vehicles, and detached garage. He says he was justified in shooting through a window at Jefferson's silhouette because he saw a gun pointed at him, a gun Jefferson's nephew says she took from her purse when she heard noises outside.
She had those rights up until the point she pointed a firearm at a Fort Worth police officer, because we never, under the law, ever have the right to point a firearm at a uniformed police officer. The rights stop there.
But a major dispute during the trial has been whether or not Dean actually saw a gun before firing his weapon.
This man never saw that gun. He didn't know what he saw. He just shot.
Tatiana Jefferson didn't commit any criminal act by walking up to the window with her gun, thinking someone was outside. It's what many of us would do if we were in our house in the middle of the night in the back bedroom and we hear somebody outside.
You see her point the gun? Where was she pointing the gun?
At the window.
The defense urged jurors to believe the initial interview with Zion Carr, Jefferson's then 8-year-old nephew, when he told a forensic examiner Jefferson pointed her gun at the window. It was different from testimony he gave during the trial. Defense attorney Bob Gill suggested Carr was coached.
You could tell he was under a lot of pressure, and a lot of time had passed. So Zion succumbed to the pressure and testified differently from the truth.
The defense asking the jury to carefully consider whether the state has proven beyond all reasonable doubt that Dean was not lawfully defending himself, and the prosecution reminding jurors Dean shot Jefferson in what she thought was the safety of her mother's home.
You know who the defendant really is as he testified. You know. I mean, he cracked the joke. I guess I just should have stayed home that night. Well, Tatiana was home. And she's no longer here because of what he did, the choices he made.
Now, initially, the judge told the jury to take as long as they needed to deliberate. But then this afternoon, the judge said that if the jury could not come up with a verdict by 7 o'clock, he would call it a night and sequester them and ask them to reconvene tomorrow. Court will be back tomorrow at 9 o'clock. That's when the jury will start again and continue those deliberations. Clarice?
Macy Jenkins live in Fort Worth. Thank you. And we will continue to bring you the latest from this trial on the air and online. We're streaming live on fox4news.com and on the Fox 4 YouTube page. You can find an interactive timeline of this case on our website.